Hi guys, I'm Van Orn and this is another Dragonheir Silence God video. Guys, in today's video we're gonna have a look at the game from a different perspective. This is not a video about a champion or a guide to defeat the boss to find a perfect speed tuning like the content that I do usually on this channel. I want to try to take a look at the game from a different angle and see if I can put together a list of suggestions for the developer to improve this game. And I did a list of 10 that I think will be improving our playing experience and make our day-to-day in this game so much better. I'm trying to keep it simple, and some of the suggestions I'm bringing are already in some form present into the game. So they should be fairly easy for the developer to bring around and modify in a way that we could use in a better way. So let's jump straight into it. Let's start from the bottom, number 10. At number 10, I will jump straight into the merchant. This one inside our camp, this caravan or merchant caravan, I don't know what it's called, really doesn't have really a name. You say only buy over here. Well, this one is pretty much useless. It's something we have to build in the first campaign part of the season. In the first month, we have to open certain area, get some material and improve our camp. We improve in this one and we buying materials pretty much at each single level. But once we reach the maximum level, these two are the only material we can buy daily. And I think this is a bit of a waste. There's nothing really driving me in here to spend my coins to get in here and see, oh, today maybe I can buy this thing. This thing can improve my champions, maybe runes, a positive rune, negative runes, fragments, material to forge gear. There's nothing. And this space in particular for me is a waste if we think about those materials that we use for improving the artifacts. Let's see if I have some over here and if I can show you what I mean by that. This material over here, this Philosopher's Stone, for example, that are used to improve my gear from epic to legendary. Well, we get some of that material from the battle pass, especially if we buy the battle pass, we get some more of it. But by the time we get them, usually we already ditch all the epic gear. And so I at least don't have epic gear on my account. And so this material is sitting here doing nothing. It would have been nice if I had access to them early on, and this merchant will be the perfect place. I'm sure there are many other ideas that we can use this merchant for, but at the moment it's a bit of a wasteland and I would like to see it rework in a more efficient way. At number 9, we're jumping into the arena. The arena has this competitive mode where all our champions are level up at level 100, which is really good. It means that I don't have to build all my champions that I want to use for arena, and it's great. But obviously, they are not scroll to max. For example, I'm using Perkunte. I've scrolled Perkunte because it's really good DPS, damage dealer, AoE damage dealer. I'm using him for the Goblin layer, for example. But in the arena, to enable him, I'm using Nissa. And Nissa, it's not scrolled. So when I'm playing this team, either in defense or attack, I don't have control on my skills whatsoever. So the timing is what the timing of the recharge time for each skill is, and I can't do anything about that. Now I can jump over here and I can save this team, but when I'm trying to edit the timing, I can't do it, and it said that the customized skill timing for this mode it's not available. Now, I don't understand why this, because if I want to postpone my Perkunte skill, for example, to happen just after my Nissa, that's only detrimental to me, to nobody else. Why I'm not able to do this? I think this should be correct in my opinion. We should be able to set our timing for the arena teams, either for a normal arena or 3v3. I appreciate that they want us to scroll the champions, as I said, but if I need to postpone the skills, I'm not making less important my need to scroll that champions, because I can cut off a lot of seconds in arena. Cutting off those seconds, it's absolutely fundamental. But Obviously, I can't do anything about it, and so if I want to use this team, my Perkunte is always going to go before my Nissa, and my Nissa is going to apply that electrocute debuff right after my Perkunte as unleash his ultimate. Now, as I said, I think this should be corrected. I don't mind not having control on the fight, but at least let me set it up properly. For the number 8, we are still here in Arena, and I don't know if this is something that bugs me and it doesn't matter to anybody else, but I'm spending quite some time in Arena every day, and when I'm coming here, I'm clicking to Grand Arena, and then I'm selecting the game modes that I want to play. Let's say I want to jump into Grand Arena, Grand Gladiator Arena. I jump in, there's a loading time, I get in, I do my fight, I finish my token. Now I want to jump my 3v3, which is really time consuming, and I want to switch directly to that mode or to go back to the menu where I can select the mode that I want to play. Because the only option I have right now, besides having my records, my lineup, I can go to the shop where I can use my coins for Arena, but I cannot click here somewhere and jump to another mode of the arena. I have to close it down. It will take the time to load again the map. It will load the map. I will click on the menu again, and now I can select the other mode for the arena. Now, please add a button where I can select to go back to this menu from each of the arena, or let me switch between the modes from the menu of the arena itself. I don't understand why I need to get back and forward every single time. Now I'm going to jump in 3v3. I do a few fights there. My refresh page for the Grand Gladiator Arena is now up. I need to get back to Grand Gladiator Arena. I need to jump off, jump in again, and do over and over this. It's just pointless. Arena is really time consuming as it is. I can't do anything when I'm forced to watch the fight. Let me at least cut the time in the menu. At number 7, the next thing that I wish would be improved in this case is a function that I actually love and has been in the game since probably the beginning, at least since I've played in Season 1, and is the line recommendation. And is here at the bottom of each boss. If you don't know, in each dungeon you can click on it, and when you click on it, it shows you per level the composition that other players on your server are using to do that content. It's really good, it's really well done. You can click on each champion and see what gear they were using when they won the battle. You can see the gear of each champion. You can download the video of the fight, so you can see the placement, and you can see how the battle basically is being carried out. You don't see the timing. You need to work the timing by yourself, really, which is fine. It can be good anyway. And on the top here, you have show only non-legendary lineup, so you can see the formation they are used with no legendary champions. And it's really good because it shows you the alternative maybe more achievable for you. But let's say I don't have any of this champion. Is there a formation somewhere that I can use with the champion I have? Now, for Ancient Battlefields is a bit difficult because, as you can see, there are only 3 formation, but for other bosses there are more options there. I would like to click on another button down here that show me the lineup of champions I have. I don't care if they are built or not, but I want to see them. And maybe for that option we don't have the video of the fight because, well, it will be too much information to store. But let me at least see if there is someone out there that use it somehow and use the champion that I have, so I can see what direction I can go, because I can't sit around and hope to pull one of this champion that I don't have before being able to do one of these bosses. We have only 3 months to fight anything in the game. The season is only 3 months long. We need to progress as fast as possible, and so having suggestions of champion we have will really improve our experience when it comes to fighting these bosses. At number 6, we have basically the introduction of the same function we already seen before the Chief Challenge. Now, they already improved the system for the Chief Challenge, in my opinion, because now, first of all, we can fast travel straight to the boss. We don't need to get to the nearest of this transport circle. We can just go straight to the boss, which is really nice. It takes less time, obviously, for us to just go around the map doing nothing. But now when we jump into it, we can see the challenge record, and that shows us our composition. So you can see how crappy I'm doing on these bosses. But I cannot see anybody else lineup. I want to be able to see the lineup suggestions like we did for the other dungeon. Will be nice to see it over here too, so I can work my way through my champion and understand what I can use to improve my team for the world challenges, for the chief challenge, and in the next months for the underworld exploration or otherworld exploration, or whatever it's going to be called. Because obviously we are racing against the time. We need to get ready. We need to get our team ready for that fight. And it will be nice for me to be able to do it in game without going obviously on everybody else's Discord. Just lurking around and searching where I can find information, and sometimes it's just, oh, it's all legendary, because obviously people sharing their score are those making crazy number of damage, and those scrapping for those 11 or 22 million sometimes don't take the time to post their formation. So it will be nice to see it in here, and will be nice to have in here as well that function we spoke before of the lineup of champions I own. And that will help immensely deciding what process we can take in leveling champion for these bosses. At number 5, I would like to see the complete rework of the affinity artifact, especially for the epic affinity artifact. I find them very, very useless. I've never seen anyone use any of them. They give you good base stats because HP and accuracy are stuff that we are in need. Especially when we are fighting bosses where we need to bring more champions that apply debuff. We always need artifacts that bring something. But they don't bring enough, because beside the basic stats, the effect that is listed underneath for any of them is basically useless. The fact that we have a higher chance to apply debuff or buff from the battle skills or the ultimate, it's really not that relevant, because in the first place, if I need an artifact to be able to apply something that is not 100%, is either because I haven't scrolled the champion, and so I will rather prefer to scroll that champion and have a different artifact on it, or it's because bad design of the champion that is not applying something 100% and makes that champion less valuable for me. Now obviously this will help, but it's not what we really want. I would like this artifact actually to bring something to improve the synergy of the champions of that particular affinity. Like there are instances, especially when we're fighting the chief challenge, where we have to bring champions. We have only 5 champions to bring, and we need to bring, for example, a tank. We need to bring a healer. We need to bring someone that apply decrease attack or remove some buff from the boss. We need to bring someone that remove debuff from us, and we are left with only 1 DPS. Now, all those DPS of the schools of anything, like let's take for example fire, we have either wild or we have burns. All of those champions really, most of the time, I would say 19% of the time, need to be paired with another champion of the same school to be able to bring a lot of damage that is relevant and is good to do this fight in a meaningful way. Now, these artifacts over here are a wasted opportunity for me to mix and match the things, because we could, using the Flame Globe, for example, applying one of those effects that are from the school of damage of that affinity, like make it exclusive, so I can use this one only of fire champion, but they will apply burn or they will help with the wild check. Make it even 2 artifacts, but give me something that I can use to enhance the effect of those schools if I need to bring only 1 champion, or even if I bring 2 of them and I need accuracy on a champion that is already doing something. Let me improve the damage. Let me layer up my comms bringing something else. Let me bring this artifact on a champion that needs accuracy, and it will give me something else that increase my potential on that composition. At number 4, I would like to see more cooperation modes. I think the Reef, it's one of the best things that this game has done. It's nice to be able to jump into a boss and bring a friend, or jump with a stranger and just bring some comms and being able to coordinate and build a team that has synergy and take down the boss quickly and get some rewards. Now, granted that, in my opinion, there should be a little bit of a space before the fight to chat and strategize with whoever we're doing that fight, especially if it's a stranger. Let's give me, I don't know, 15 seconds to just post a line of text saying, I want to use Ice Blast. Something like that. If I'm inviting someone else, I don't want him to find out what I'm going to do when there's already a countdown telling me that I need to hit that boss so quickly. But nevertheless, I think in this game, the need for more cooperation, it's really, really high. It's nice to be able to play with someone else. It makes you feel more engaged. It makes you feel more part of the community. And I think that if they don't do that, it will be a waste of a good opportunity. At number 3, we find again a misplacement of information of something that the developer are already working on. And in my opinion, is just a waste that is not connected organically into the game. I'm gonna put it up on the screen, but if you jump into the Discord of the game, you're gonna find specific guide for champions. They're gonna break down the champions, the new champion introduced into the game, and they're gonna give you a good overview of what they do, the characteristic, what gear set is best for them, what synergy you can find with other champions, and how to use them at their best. Now, in my opinion, it's a bit of a shame that that guide is not connected with the game. There should be over here a button somewhere where I can click and I can see that guide either in game or in their Discord. Let me jump over but through the game so I can find that specific champion that I want to see and I want to have a guide for. Because if I'm new to the game and I just jumped into this amazing world full of different champions built in so many different ways, and I pull this champion and I don't know how to build it, I don't know what it does, I'm reading the skills and the skills sometimes are quite confusing. I know that this guy here, this girl here is a tank, telling me that it is a defense champion, but when I go on the skills, it tells me that the damage scales from attack. So how should I build this champion? Should I build attack? Should I build defense? Should I build accuracy? Do I need accuracy? Do I need accuracy to apply the purple effect or the red effect? How does it work? I might have no idea how to do that. And yes, there is a tutorial into the game, but I might skip through that. And now I find myself with an amazing champion like Ivelius, for example, which I don't know how to build. And I know the descriptions say that it does derivative damage through this passive and the derivative damage gains and enlightenment bonus, but cannot trigger crit. Okay, but how do I build this champion? Is there the information for me available? Yes, it is in Discord. Why can I not access through here? Please connect it to here. For the suggestion at number 2, or my wish at number 2, we're gonna have to jump into the camp and we're gonna go straight into the sparring pit, the drilling ground over here. Well, let me jump into it and I tell you what I think about this magnificent opportunity that is here, but is a bit underbuilt in my opinion. Now, we can simulate here how many opponents we want. We can click on here, we can say, okay, I want 1, 3, 5 opponents, I want to fight for a certain length of time, and I want them to have the certain level of difficulty. So I can go down and up with the difficulty, I can go up with time and down with the time. Good, all good and nice, but it doesn't really give me proper feedback. Now, all the bosses are already hard-coded into the game. Why can I not select from here the boss I want to simulate my fight against, so I can have the timing of the skills, I can have everything, and I can try my team, I can try my gear, I can try everything without losing or gain anything. I'm just building my composition, I want to test my champion, let me do it for free over here. I'm not taking away resources for anyone. I'm just investing my time in trying to find what is the best composition with the champion I have for that boss. How can I build my team? Let me work on my gear. Let me work on everything in a safe environment. And why can I not do that? Considering that it's already in the game and it just needs to be brought over as a copy paste. For the last suggestion, we're gonna jump back to where we started in our camp, but we're gonna go to the sparring pit again. And the drilling ground, again, we already been there for suggestion number 2. But at this point, we're going to have a look at something else that I think is even more important. I really don't understand why the sparring pit don't have all my champion level up to level 100. It makes zero sense to me. We have the same function applied to Arena and to the bosses for example, the collaboration with Dungeons and Dragons, where all our champions were already level to level 100. Now, the sparring pit should be the place for me to test my champion and my comp and my ideas that I don't have the opportunity to test. The game is a race against the time, as we said many times. We have only 3 months to build our champion. Investing on the wrong champion is a huge waste of resources. If I'm not able to do what I want with that champion, I've invested so much, and in 3 months, all that energy, all that investments will be gone. So I don't want to invest on the wrong champions. But if I have already leveled them, if I have already a champion that is level 99, 95, 100, whatever it is, what is the reason for me to come to the sparring pit and try them out? I can go to the boss where I already can farm, gear him up, put in a comp, put the timing in with the other champions I've built, and trying to farm that boss. In here, I should be able to, as I said before, load the boss I want to try, have all my champions at level 100, and see, okay, with the champion I have, can I do it? Can I gear them up? Can I test them up? Is that champion doing enough damage for me? Is that champion justifying for me to invest energy and resources in building it up, possibly scroll it, and use it somewhere? If I don't have a place where to test them, I will never know without investing on it. And the sparring pit should be the place to do so. And it's a real shame that it's not. Because again, if I already build a champion, why should I bring it here to do anything? So yeah, this for me is the biggest mind boggles and things that I don't understand of this game. It's a complete waste of space, and it should be reworked in a way that everybody should be able to test the champion they have in a positive way, not just bring it in at level 1 and see numbers popping up doing nothing and telling me absolutely nothing. So guys, these were my 10 suggestions for the game, my 10 wishes, things that I would like to see improve for everybody, and that for me will make a better game experience. But I would like to hear from you. What do you think? What would you like to see in the game? Have I forgot something? Have I completely missed the point in some of my suggestions? Please leave a comment down below. I will be really interested to see your opinion, and if you want to share it, maybe we can put together a list that I can share with the developer, and maybe they will hear some of our suggestions and in the future introduce them into the game. Now, before you go, I would like to ask you a favor. You should jump to Wilson Box channel. I'm gonna put the link down below. The guy is a new content creator like me. He is pushing his 1,000 subscribers and he's getting very, very close. Possibly is gonna be by the time this video is getting released. He has a big guide coming out on one of the most tough boss, or the toughest boss for the Chief Challenge. You should definitely go and check his channel. The guy is working hard on the test server to find composition for free to play. Go have a look at his channel. And while you are doing the process of liking and subscribing, if you haven't done it yet, do it on my channel too. And I will see you soon with another video about Dragonheir Silence God.